How's my hair? Hello, First Holy Communion children. So I heard a few of you were still a little bit unsure about how to make your first confession, your first reconciliation. So I've got some volunteers who have done it before, and we're going to just walk through how your first reconciliation will look. So first of all, when it's your turn, you'll be invited up and you'll go and sit in front of Father.
Now, instead of using the confessional box at the back of the church, we'll be using the sanctuary next to the altar. This is so that your parents can still see you and it won't be quite as intimidating as going into a very small room. When you get there, just say good morning, Father, as you sit down. Perhaps even say, this is my first confession. Father's a nice guy, and he'll say hello and he might ask you your name. The confession will begin by making the sign of the cross. Don't worry about remembering the right words to say. Father will lead you if you get stuck. There's nothing to worry about. But what we start with is the confession. We say the things that we know we've done wrong, the things that we'd like to leave behind. You might have thought of some things during the examination of conscience before you came up for confession. There might be some big things that you know are really, really wrong. The fact is, you don't have to worry about anything. Anything you say is going to be left here with Father. He's going to give it to Jesus, and Jesus is going to deal with it on the cross, pouring out his forgiveness. Now, once you've said all the things that you've prepared to say, Father might ask you some questions. It's to help you, so that he can understand what it is that you're really confessing today. He might say something like, that sounds like you've been carrying a lot. Or, well done for making a good confession. You don't have to worry about what Father says next. Next comes your penance. This will be some form of prayer probably that will help you to begin the healing process for the sins that you've just confessed. Even though we've confessed them and Jesus has taken them away and he's forgiven us, we still need healing. We don't just hurt other people when we sin, but we hurt ourselves and we hurt our relationship with God. The prayer you'll be asked to pray in your penance will help with that healing. After we've received our penance, we'll be asked to make an act of contrition. This is basically a sorry prayer. This is a moment when we say sorry to God for those sins that we've confessed. Don't worry about the words to say. It will all be written down in front of you. You can read it, or even if you find that difficult, Father will be able to lead you in a prayer of saying sorry to God. After the act of contrition, Father will pray the prayer of absolution. It's in this moment we hear those words of God's forgiveness, of his love for us. These are the words that help us to realize that there's nothing to worry about. God's love covers all of those sins. After that, you'll be told to go in peace. And that's what happens. We return back to our seats now, knowing that we are forgiven by God. Once we get back to our seats, this is a great time for us to do penance, to say the prayer that Father had given us as an act of penance, and to begin that healing process.
Guys, it's as simple as that. That's how you make your first reconciliation confession. See you on Saturday.